Welcome back, folks. DCeased, eh? It's been a while, but I am back, and for the next 7 days, you are going to get one issue every day of DCeased Dead Planet. So subscribe for a video in the next 7 days. Nice plug. Thanks, Harsine. Like this video. Okay, let's dive into it. So, a quick recap of everything we've had in DCeased. Basically, zombies and the heroes that hadn't died all left the planet to another planet, and those heroes included Superman, but not that Superman, it's John Kent. Batman, but not that Batman, it's Damian Wayne. Wonder Woman, but not that Wonder Woman, it's Cassie. So I guess you see where everything's going. The main heroes are dead, and the first page here opens up and shows, and it kind of just clicked into me for the first time, like the big seven, whoever you consider the big seven are dead. Superman is a zombie inside the sun, sucking it up. Wonder Woman is a zombie just running around Earth, taking care of any survivors. Batman's dead. Cyborg got his head ripped off. Green Lantern is dead. Like, Martian Manhunter's dead. Aquaman took an arrow to the eye. He's dead. The Flash is dead. Like, they're all just gone. They became zombies and are gone. So there is a new Justice League, but they're off on another planet in Earth 2. Another Earth. Earth 2. So there are still some people left on the Earth. Harley Quinn had a whole thing with Poison Ivy. They built a big garden in Gotham City, and people stayed there. And this story picks up 5 years later on a dead planet, and Cyborg's head is just there. And then he kind of wakes up because he's been looking inside himself and finds something, and he finds a way to send a signal to young new Batman way off in space. Because if you recall, before Cyborg got his head ripped off, he discovered there was a cure. Which reminds me, Cyborg isn't dead, so... And then we see the new heroes on Earth 2, the new Justice League. They are calling themselves the Justice League. And it's Green Canary, Black Canary did get a Green Lantern ring, and she was like the MVP of DCeased. So they're off, and there's actually a war kind of happening. They call it a war. An alien is invading their space on Earth 2, and they're like, hey, we gotta stop these guys. And Batman infiltrates the ship, and Superman's out there fighting everybody off, but they're not hurting anybody. And they go to the leader, and they're just like, hey, we don't want to hurt you, and we could destroy you, so come to our leader. And we meet the leader, which is Lois Lane, president of New Earth, Earth 2. And it's just like, hey, we don't have a planet, we just want to live here. There's like 16 million of us, not that many, okay? We just want to live here in peace, all right? But that's when Alfred informs the new Batman that there is a code coming from Earth. It is Cyborg calling for the Justice League, and they're like, it could be a trap, but it might be a friend crying for help. We gotta go to Earth and, save the day. Before they set off on this mission, Green Canary is trying to tell Green Arrow, like, hey, stay here. I don't want to lose you too. I don't want to lose anybody. And he's like, hey, come on. We're going. I'm going with you. And she's like, no, stay here. And he's like, come on. I'm going. Just protect me. And she's like, yeah, I'll protect you. Which means one thing. Green Arrow's gonna die. They hop in a ship and they fly back to Earth. And when they get there, Kilowog is just standing. Well, he's not standing there. He's flying there in space. Kilowog, the Green Lantern. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing here, you boozers? And they're like, well, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, it's my turn to watch. The Green Lantern's like, there's a bunch of zombies down there. We don't want that getting out into the galaxy. So the Green Lanterns are taking turns. I'm watching Earth. And I'm also kind of keeping an eye on Superman because 5 years later, Superman is still inside the sun, drawing all the energy. And the Earth is getting colder. He makes a point of saying that. The Earth is cooling down because Superman is killing everybody by destroying the sun. But there's no time to sit there and talk with Kilowog because all of a sudden there's a proximity alert. Something is coming. Something is coming, and Green Lantern and Green Canary get their rings up and they get up shields, and whatever it is breaks through the shields. But it's okay. It's Krypto. Krypto heard Superman out in space and was like, hey, I'm a good boy, pork pork. So they reunite with Krypto, they go back down to the surface, and they find Cyborg's head. He's like, oh, Tin Man, I need oil can, because he can't really talk, but he's like, cure, there's a cure, oh, run. And they're like, what? Run, she's here, she's always here. And they're like, what are you talking about? But their ship just gets destroyed because Wonder Woman is always there, near Cyborg. And Cyborg's like, no, clear. When all the dust settles, Green Arrow's sitting there in the smoke, and he's like, oh, Dinah, I'm sorry. And then right behind him, Wonder Woman comes and just rips his face apart, and he is infected. And that sets the Green Canary off. She is screaming at Wonder Woman with her power scream. She's pummeling Wonder Woman with her Green Lantern constructs, and she is flying there with her magic kryptonite sword, and she is gonna put Wonder Woman out of her misery once and for all. But Cyborg's like, no, there's a cure, there's a cure. Everybody's like, what? And Superman's like, I heard there is a cure. Now this new Superman is actually cool. I'll talk about him a bit later, but he flies in, he gets between the sword and Wonder Woman, he takes it through the shoulder, and Wonder Woman takes a little bit of a stab, but nobody's dead. And everybody's like, what the hell? And Superman is not doing well. Everybody's lying there in a big pool of blood, and that is the end of the first issue. And let me tell you, honestly, this series is a real banger. Like, stuff is going on in this series that is insane, that I didn't see coming, and I had such a good time with it. And honestly, while I do want everybody to keep watching my videos, if you haven't read DCeased Dead Planet, and it is something that intrigued you, like if you read the other DCeased or even just watched my videos, I honestly think it is probably better for you to read DCeased Dead Planet yourself and experience it for yourself instead of just watching my videos and having me explain it to you in my way. But then come back and watch my videos because I want you to watch my videos. But DCeased Dead Planet is honestly the most fun I had reading any of this DC stuff. That said, check back tomorrow because I'm going to talk about issue 2.